you need to know about the bingo card or have questions, let me know. The rules for the bingo challenge are on the back of the paper too, so you can't lose them. But let's get started in child's pose and we'll get moving and grooving. Moving and grooving. So in your child's pose, spread out your fingers nice and wide. Let your hips settle down towards your heels. Just take a few moments to sink in because all of the work that you needed to do to get on your mat is done because you made it. So that was the hard part. And now you just get to move your body through space and sweat and clear some space for yourself. So take a deep breath in together and exhale it out. Yeah, brand new space. Breathe in, breath out. One more, fill up all the way. Exhale all the way. Start building your Ujjayi breath. Big inhale with a pause at the top. Big exhale with a pause at the bottom. Take that to downward facing dog. Keep building the breath. Move it around as you see fit. And then different from just being on the mat, press your fingertips and your toes into the mat. And start to tap into your hands, your feet, actually touching a thing, being in the space and touching the thing. Walk your feet to your hands, hang in ragdoll. Feet on the floor, big toe mounds into the floor. Keep building breath. Strong and powerful. A breath that can pull you out of your head and all of the complexities of what's going on up there and down into your body where things are more simple. Press into your feet. Rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for practice. Pick one specific thing that you want to focus on. We'll set out those intentions with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull if you've got weights. High push-up and pause. Stay in your high push-up. Instead of knee taps, we're going to do toe taps out to the side. So right foot out and tap, back to center. Left foot out and tap, back to center. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths together. In, exhale. Awesome. 2 more. In, empty out. Last one. Push all the air back out. Step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down. Extended mountain, rise up. Look up between your fingertips. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Right toes tap out. Come back in. Left toes tap out. Come back in. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Empty. Breathe in. Press your thumbs down on your exhale. Yes, connect. 1 more. Exhale completely. Step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain, rise up. Stretch the size of your body. Forward fold. Halfway lift with your weights. High push up. Toe tap on the right. Toe tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Empty it out. Big and purposeful. In. Exhale. Last one. Empty to the pit of your belly. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise all the way up. Look up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. high plank. Toe tap on the right, toe tap on the left. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Clear it out. Yes, 2 more. In. Loud exhale. Beautiful. 1 more. Clear everything out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Rise up. Last Sunday. Reach. Maybe go back. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Toe tap on the right. Toe tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Clear it. Breath in. Full exhale. Beautiful. Last one. Push all the air back out. Feet to hands. Half lift. Tricep pull. Fold. Chair pose and breathe. Sit way back in the hips. Start to gather your ribs and the pit of your belly in and up. Beautiful. Take 1 more breath together here. Reach. Twist right on your exhale. Open the arms. Breathe in. Stay and breathe out. Back to chair pose. Twist left. Inhale to open. Stay and twist. Back to chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Toe tap on the right. Toe tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior 1. Step through. You can send your weights or open hands right up to the ceiling. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior 1. Step 1 big inhale all the way up. Chaturanga on the exhale. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Empty it out. Yeah, keep it up. Breathe in. Air back out. Let your hands and feet land. 1 more. Clear it all the way. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose for 1 breath. Reach. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Good. Chair pose. Reach. Twist left. Breathe into open. Stay and twist. Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Toe tap to the right. Toe tap to the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior 1. 1 big breath to reach all the way up to the fingertips. Nice. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior 1. Sink the center of your heels straight down. Low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Drive the air back out. Yes. Breathe in. Breath out. 1 more. Get empty, all the way empty. Jump feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Last sun B. Chair pose. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Good. Chair pose. Reach. Twist left. Inhale to open. Stay and get empty. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. You got it. Toe tap to the right. Toe tap to the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior 1 on the right. Step through. Plug your feet in and reach up to the ceiling. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left side, warrior 1. Breath sounds beautiful. Reach all the way up. Low push up on your exhale. Fingertips in the earth. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Whew. Building that heat right out of the gate, folks. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Slowly as you can, flip your dog. If you want to stay, you're welcome to stay. Yeah, slow motion. Yes, everybody practicing tonight in studio and at home as a more advanced practice, so you can start sharpening and fine-tuning those transitions. Flip back over just as slowly, side plank. Yeah, there it is. Left hand up to the ceiling. You can have a weight in your hand if you want. Start breathing again. Flex your ankles and spread your toes. Beautiful. Look up at your top fingertips. There could be the weight still there. You're going to bring your hand and scoop it underneath you towards the wall behind you. Good. Inhale, hand back up. Exhale, hand underneath you. One more time. Reach that hand up to the sky. Hand underneath you. Coil and tuck in. High to low push-up you go. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Whew. Send your left leg up to the sky. You got this. Bend your knee, open your hip. Slow as you can, flip your dog. Yeah, no rush, no hurry. You're just about it. You know where you want your body to move through space, and you're making choices to get it there. Press your feet into the ground. Just as slowly, flip back over, side plank. Right hand up to the sky. You know where you're headed, so if you need to make a different choice with your legs or your feet, do that. Flex your ankles. Gaze up to those top fingertips. Follow the gaze. Follow the fingertips. Let them scoop underneath you, right under your torso. Inhale, reach them back up. Good. Exhale, wrap it in and underneath your torso. Back up to the sky. Last time. Coil in. Squeeze in your low belly. Hand up to the ceiling. High to low push up. Good work. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Sigh it out. Yeah, clear space. Breath in. Empty. Last one. Clear it all out. Right side crescent lunge. Add more breath. Yeah, you just got through awakening. I like when awakening feels like it's awakening you, like you're, oh, okay, yes, I am in the yoga now. We're doing the thing. Come a little bit deeper in your lunge. You've already been working the pieces of pulling into center line. So squeeze in, front ribs into center, front of the pelvis up to your belly button. Yes, hands to heart center, twist right. See if you can keep those pieces intact. Ribs in, front of the pelvis, up and in. Open your arms. And then you fine-tune the pose. Maybe you press your back thigh higher to the ceiling. Maybe it's the pinky toe on your back foot that needs to connect with the earth a little bit more. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Warrior 2, face the opposite way. Come down deep in the lunge of warrior 2. Especially if you're only used to taking this pose for like a breath or two and immediately going to extended side angle, let warrior 2 land as a pose and really press the outer edge of your back foot into the floor. Now come a little deeper in your lunge, knee on top of your ankle. Yes, stay right here in the lunge, extended side angle. Let there be work and heat that happens in both of your legs as you squeeze them together towards center line. Half bind or full bind. Can you create that bind, half or full, and still maintain front ribs into center? Yes, good adjustments. Front of the pelvis up toward the belly button. One more breath together. High to low push up you go. Big breath in up dog, fill up. Downward facing dog, press back. Take one breath in. A big breath out. Left side crescent lunge, step through. That same idea. What adjustments do you need to make in your body to wrap everything into center line? To shore up the shape of the pose. Ribs in, maybe the pit of belly in and up. Hands to heart center, twist left. The breathing sounds amazing tonight, you guys. Keep that going. Open your arms. And then get settled in your feet, making those micro adjustments that you need to make. Could even be just space between your fingertips and you spread them apart. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Warrior 2. Up and around and land. You might find that you want to bend and straighten this knee a couple of times and then get settled in. Cool. Do that and then get settled. Then a little bit deeper, knee on top of the ankle. Squeeze your inner thighs to center. Extended side angle. You set it up and create the variation of the pose that works best with the weights, with a bind, with both arms reaching in front of you. Make the pose happen. Press both big toe mounts into the floor. Nice. Peel the top shoulder open. You've got one more breath here. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Clear it out. Good. Breathe in. Breath out. One more. Exhale completely. Step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose and breathe. Steady rhythmic breath. Then fine tune. Wrap in towards center line so the whole spine can be long here. Go from chair pose to iron footstool. Rise onto the ball mounds of your feet and reach your arms straight forward. Thighs parallel with the mat if you can get them that low. Good. Drop the heels, hands to heart twist right. Stay low in your hips. Spread your arms apart. Yes, let the heat build and use your breath to shift the heat into the upper part of your body. 3 more breaths together here. In, push the air out. Breath number 2. Push the air back out. You almost there. 1 more. Push all the air out. Chair pose. Fold. Whew. First 2 fingers around your big toes. Bursts of work, bursts of heat, and then do the opposite. Tailbone up to the sky. Yeah, you know what to do. The shaking out of the head, the bending and straightening of the knees. You know the right answer. Take crow pose from the head of your mat. If there's a variation of crow you want to take, like goddess squat or take an inversion, that's available as well. Pick the one that works best. Nice, Ratana. Consider the center line. Squeeze in the inner edges of your feet, your front ribs, the pit of your belly, all into the center of your body for 1 more breath. Step or jump back, low push-up. Nice. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Breath out. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Clear all the air out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Way down into it. Yeah, there's that first initial inhale and everyone holds their breath in the chair. Keep breathing. Let it get a little softer on the edges. Then go for iron footstool. Reach your arms way out in front. Fingers spread wide so the whole body's participating in iron footstool. Yes, drop your heels, hands to heart, twist left. Stay in it. You got this. Open your arms. Fingertips spread wide. Even the fingertips are participating in the pose. Then 3 breaths in. Twist more on the exhale. Good. Breath in. Exhale. Last one. Push all the air back out. Breathe in, chair pose. Fold. Gorilla. Step on your palms. Yeah, push, push, push as hard as you can. Few breaths, 1 pose. Okay, now we take a break. You're doing a counter pose, so work is still happening. Maybe the cardio is different. The breathing is slightly different. When you shift the work, it makes the endurance longer. Release your hands. Take crow number 2. You want to switch the variation, you are more than welcome to. Fingertips in the ground, firm foundation. Center line, hug everything in. Nice, Megan. Keep squeezing in. Beautiful. Nice, Chuck. Spread those shoulder blades apart. One more breath. Step or jump back. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in together. Push the air back out. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Push all the air out. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Rise up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Oh yeah, lots of work has already happened. We're in a good place. Eagle pose. Wrap your limbs, set your gaze on one spot. Add more breath. Yeah, so let the eagle pose settle and build breath. Left side eagle, left arm under, left leg over. There's always that opportunity in the beginning of the next section of poses. Now we're in the balancing section, equanimity, for you to recalibrate. Okay, now this is how my body is oriented to my mat. Right side eagle, second set. Reset the thinking back down in the body. Right side eagle. Where can you make an adjustment that will pull into center line a little bit more? Arms stay bound. Take airplane with your legs. Press through the lifted foot a lot. Long and steady through your lifted leg. Full airplane. Reach back. Yeah, and then press your chest forward. Open it up. Yes, Jeanette, just like that. Half moon. You've got time. You know how to get there. Hand can go to the floor or the block, whichever feels best today. Then you can stay here in half moon or take sugar cane. Grab a hold of your top ankle with your top hand. Nice. One more breath together wherever you are. Both feet to the mat. Shake that out and rise up to standing. Left side eagle. Left arm under, left leg over. Wrap and squat down. Hit the reset button. Each time you feel your brain telling you, oh, this is really hard, or I'm really hot, or all of that extra stuff, nope, what's happening here in the moment? Arms stay bound, airplane with your legs. Now that pose is already over, you're in a new pose. Press through the center of your lifted heel a lot, enough that you can straighten out your lifted leg. So it might mean your leg starts to shake a little bit. Full airplane. You can reset by tapping that back foot down and coming back to the airplane. Half moon, open up. There's a difference between having an urgency, going clear and clean from point A to point B, sugar cane, and rushing from point A to point B. There's no need to rush. Just take your time and you get where you need to get. Nice, Toledo. One more breath. Both feet to the mat. Weights and sugar cane. Impressive. I like that. Rise up to standing. Standing bow or dancer's pose. Right side. Take your time getting into this one. I'll give you a couple of extra breaths to really land in the pose. Steady rhythmic breath. Bring that back in. A conscious choice to stay in the breathing. To stay in the weight of your standing big toe. One more inhale. Switch. So when you know you've got that extra time, a few extra breaths, you can take time getting into the pose. You can take time transitioning into the pose so that you fully embody everything you need to get all the way to the peak of this one pose. Wake up your toes on your lifted foot. Yes, Amanda. One more breath. Feet to the mat. Right side second set. You can switch to dancer or standing bow or stick with the same pose. Go for it. Soft crease of the elbow faces out for standing bows. What's one shift you can make physically that will change the entire pose? Pick one thing. Like if I just had a little more attention right there. Nice. Switch sides. It takes experimenting. Like maybe you choose something and you're like, no, that wasn't it. I'm going to try something different on the other side. Cool. Do that. Sometimes it'll be the same thing every time until you get that on your tool belt and you're like, all right, what's next? What's the next thing I can play around with? Last inhale. Feet to the mat. Tree pose, right side. Any variation of tree you want to take, it's on the table. If you want to use the weights, it's cactus arms with the weights. If you're using the weights, you'll tap the weights overhead for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Relax your jaw. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Left side tree. Lots of serious faces going on. Tree pose, very serious. Yes, same variation or a different one. If you're using the weights, same thing with the cactus arms. And tap them overhead. Stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet to the mat. Come up to the head of your mat if you're not there already. Extended mountain reach up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Toe tap on the right. Toe tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Step on through. If you're using a weight in your top hand for triangle, just make sure that your arms are long and in one straight line so the joints stack. Beautiful, Ratana, just like that. You want the bones to be stacked, the muscles to support the stacking bones. Then add more breath here. Steady and full in a way that even the exhales help pull everything in towards your center line. Press into your feet, rise all the way up. Side facing wide leg fold. Turn both feet to face the long edge of your mat and then hinge forward. We'll take a twist on this side. So plant your right palm in the middle of the mat. Send your left hand out to the side and up to the ceiling. Pull the pit of your belly in as you twist to help keep the length in your low back. And then switch sides. Plant the left palm in the center of the mat. Right hand out and up toward the ceiling. Stick your tailbone out behind you. Yeah, there you go, Chuck. That little micro adjustment to make a little more space in your spine. You can alternate side to side or stick more on one side than the other, whatever feels best here. But you're going for the longest spine possible so you get the maximum amount of twist. You've got another breath or two to get complete, either hanging out on one side or going side to side. Come back to center, press into your feet, rise up to standing. Everybody's doing splits today, whether it's a full split or a half split. So if you're in the land of half split, like I am, it's left knee down, right leg straight out in front. You can have your hands on blocks. You can have your hands on the floor and lean forward a little bit. Take the time to set up the foundation of the pose so the pose is less frustrating, a little less frustrating the next time you're on your mat. If you want to do the full split and you can slide that back leg back, go for it. Restart the breath here. Now that you've got your feet and your legs oriented the way you want, long, steady breath. I say the way you want, like everybody loves splits pose. You know what I mean. The way that's going to work best for what you got right now. Front toes up to the ceiling. Curl them back towards your face. Yes. One more breath here. A full exhale out. Make your way to downward facing dog, whether that's pulling the leg back or walking it forward a little bit. Yeah, you'll make your way there, either vinyasa or just step straight back. Take a full breath in, a full breath out, left side triangle, step through. So even though the limbs are reaching out and away from the center of the body, that muscular action pulling in towards center line, that balance of expansion and contraction, everything hugging to the bone, but the limbs pulling away from the center of the body. Now plug your front big toe mound into the floor. Yes, use that plugged in big toe mound to rise up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. This time ninja lunges on this side. So you bend the knee, sink into one hip, over to the other side and into the other hip. If you're getting pretty close to the floor, maybe you get close enough that you can turn the toes on your opposite foot on that straight leg up toward the ceiling. Side to side. If you've got the range of motion in your hips, maybe you stay low as you switch from left to right and right to left. Really get down into those hip joints and clear out all that extra space. Another breath or two, get complete. Clear out as much space as you can. And then we'll all meet up in center. Rise up to standing. Splits facing the front of the mat, either half split with one knee down or the full split in whatever degree that feels comfortable for you. Might be that you need blocks on one side of the split and not so much on the other side. That's fine. Use the tools that you need. Block, water bottle, all that good stuff. Then toes up to the ceiling. Draw them back towards your face. Yes, breathe right here. You want to be in a space where sensation is happening, but you still have the freedom to breathe. Yeah, just a little sensation, right, Chuck? That's all we're doing. Just a little bit here. One more breath. Stay for the whole exhale. Make your way to downward facing dog, vinyasa, or step straight back. Y'all are doing a lot of work, and it shows. Take a deep breath in. Clear it out. Good. Two more. Breathe in. Empty. Last one. Exhale everything. Roll out to your high plank. Start breathing again because everyone collectively held your breath. All right. Take a deep breath in here in your high plank. Come to forearm plank. You got it. If you need to adjust your feet further back behind you, do that long, straight body, hugged into center line. Step your way back up to high plank. One hand at a time. You got it. If you need to lower the knees to make your way between the two, great. Breath in here. Down to forearm plank. It's only one more round. Forearm plank. Squeeze into center. Inner thighs into center. You got this. High plank, press your way back up. Lower all the way to the floor. The blessed, blessed floor. Locust pose or Superman. Arms back by your hips for locust. Arms stretched out in front of you for Superman. Rise up and away from the mat. So you're paying a lot of attention to the center line. Squeeze everything into center line here to make the longest locust possible. To let your toes reach past the back edge of your mat. Yes, one more breath. Lower down. Rock it side to side. You can stick with the pose you just chose or add a piece onto locust pose that'll look like this. You'll have both of your hands behind your head, elbows out wide and to the side, not touching the floor, wide and to the side so that you have to lift through your chest. You choose the variation. Press and lift. Hug into center line. So elbows behind your shoulders. Don't dump into your low back. Squeeze inner thighs for one more breath. Lower down. Woo, rock it side to side. Floor bone number one. Grab one ankle or both, your choice. Rise up and away from the mat. Now you can hang out in stillness here or pulse up and down a little bit at a time. It could be rocking forward and back. It could be you push your shins and lift up a little higher and then go slack a little bit. Up and then slack. One more breath. Lower down. Hips side to side. We're giving your organs a massage. We're in fall weather. Upward facing dog. Rise up off your mat. Squeeze it in. Inner thighs together, heels into the ground to help you lower. Yeah, and then when you get there, no rush, right? An urgency without a rush. Bridge pose. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the floor. Rise on up the way you went down. Nice and thoughtful, mindful choice. Hands can be clasped underneath you. Cactus arms is a great option. Shoulders straight back into the mat. Add more breath. Bring your right knee into your chest. Press your right foot up to the sky. You can hold the legs still or pulse your hips up to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, knee in, foot up to the sky. Hold or pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Knees side to side. Done a lot of work. There's a lot of space you've built. Let's do wheel pose. Wheel number 1. Fingertips under your shoulders. Press, lift, go. Up and away. Yeah, this big open line across the front side of your body now. Tuck your chin and come down. Breath in. Breath out. Number 2, press, lift, go. Lift up and away from the floor. Everything hugged into center line. Lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Number 3, press and go. You can alternate between bridge and wheel. Stick with bridge or stick with wheel. Tuck your chin and come down. Breath in together. Breath out together. Number 4, you got this. One pose at a time. Press, lift, go. Squeeze your leg muscles into your leg bones. Then lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Rise up. Only 2 more. Don't miss them. Bridge your wheel. Press, lift, go. Press your fingertips down into the floor. Tuck your chin and lower. Breathe in. Breath out. Last one, yogis. Last one. Rise up. Wheel pose. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Oh, good stuff. Supta Baddha Konasana. Any mouth noise you want to make, go ahead. We were talking about this yesterday in Elena's class. It's like, no, you're adults. Don't make weird mouth noises. Yes, do that, please. Release the extra energy that way, please. Happy baby, you're dead bug. You know we're the only species that stops doing that when you're adult? Like every other animal has a way to express excess energy, and humans are like, no, don't do that if you're not a kid. People got to come to yoga and undo that. Legs straight up in the air, set up for scissor legs. Hands either under your hips or behind your head. Lower your right leg halfway to the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, slowly switch your legs. Stay, breathe in. Exhale slowly. It's like the whole exhale to switch. Breathe in. Exhale, switch. Yeah, like that. Keep going with the pace of your breath. Exhales are long. The legs move for the whole exhale. See if you can match those things up. Breath and movement of the legs. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Oh, yeah. Rock forward and back 3 times. Up into boat pose. Up into boat pose. Just your standard boat. You won't need your weights or your block for this one, so you can have your hands behind your thighs or out to the side. Light and lifted through your chest. You're just going to build from the bottom up. Squeeze your sit bones down into the floor. Lift the front of your pelvis up to your belly button. Yes. 3 breaths here together. You got it. Breathe in. Squeeze in on the exhale. Breath in. Exhale in. Good. One more. Into center line. Last exhale. Downward facing dog. Doing the work, folks. Doing the work. Right side, half pigeon. You can take the pose on your back facing the ceiling or facing the floor. Without making any adjustments, know what both of your feet are doing. Just check in with them. So you don't need to perfect or move them in any way. I just want you to notice where they are in space and what they're touching or not touching. I think noticing is one of the hardest pieces to work on in a yoga practice, at least it is for me. The noticing something and then not immediately needing to do something about it. Oh, my foot's doing this, but I think it should be doing this or it should be doing that. Just what is it doing as is? To start to unwind and undo that knee-jerk reaction of, I've got to fix everything. I have to touch and fix everything. What if you just noticed and then had more space around it? So if you need to make an adjustment, yeah, but then it's a mindful choice. Double pigeon, shin stacked on top of shin. I'll give you the option to do cow face as well. So double pigeon, shins are stacked. Cow face, your knees are stacked. So if you need a block underneath a knee or underneath an ankle, that's great. You can do a figure 4. Have the block underneath your foot that's across your thigh. Then you can stay upright or fold forward, up to you. It's all about the range of motion that you've got in the moment. So maybe you tend to have a more tighter, stronger body or a more flexible, stretchy body, but either way, there's work to be done. The shape just might look a little different depending on how your body is. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Left side half pigeon. You get yourself set up, foundation set up. Okay, now what are your feet doing? Different from, oh, they're not doing a thing they need to be doing. Insert whatever you've made up here. You get access to what is so, access to the present moment when there's not that immediate need to adjust it in some way. Access to, oh yeah, okay. So these toes are touching my mat and these ones aren't. Cool, good to know. Few more breaths here. Just noticing what's going on in both of your feet and your toes, your heels. What's actually going on? Double pigeon. Switch the shin that's on top, or cow face with the opposite shin on top. As you get your sit bones down into the mat as best you can. Nice tall spine. And then you choose the full expression of the pose. Steady rhythmic breath. Use your breath like a tool to soften up a space that feels particularly tight. Like there's a sense of a stuckness to it. If you pull back from that just a little bit, somebody makes me do it. There's always one pose in every practice. Every time you're on your mat, you're like, I just really don't want to do that one today. I hope we're not in that one too long today. And you stay and do that pose anyway and see what there is to see. And make your way to seated forward fold. No rush. That clear direction, straight from one pose to the next. Seated forward fold with both legs straight out and hinge forward. An opportunity to let the whole top half of your body just fold and melt over the bottom half of your body. Whether that means they're touching or not, have a sense of ease, and wherever it lands, it lands. When there's less of a forcing and a pushing in this pose, release is actually possible. And if you're thinking release is definitely not a word I would use to describe this pose, a little less pushing and forcing. Tabletop or reverse plank. Plant your palms behind your hips. Fingertips face forward so your elbows can bend straight back and rise up. Edges of the palms straight down onto the mat to spread the front of your chest nice and broad. Lower down. Fish. Block between the shoulder blades or hands tucked underneath you. Lots of different leg options, so you choose the one that works best. Pointed toes, Supta Baddha Konasana legs here, lots of different things. Passive stretching in your chest now. Let your block or your arms be the thing that opens up your chest. Last breath in. Big exhale out. Work your way down onto your back and let's get upside down. You've worked really hard, so you know exactly the inversion that you need to take. That's going to complete your practice. The shoulder stand, waterfall, any type of headstand, handstand on the table. Drishti, eyes on one spot. Feet awake and toes awake. Headstands and handstands, another breath or so, and then child's pose for reset. Shoulder stands and waterfalls. You can take plow. Steady breathing, even in the plow pose, even when your body's folded in on itself. Nice assist, Bert. I like that. Yeah, that's helpful. Plow to Dep Yogi, bend your knees. Bert's tickling Rachana's feet while she's trying to do plow pose. Super helpful. And slowly lower your back to the mat, one piece at a time. Knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Supine twist to the right. Drop the knees one way, twist and look the opposite. Yeah, lots of hard work, and now you can let it settle into your body. Let your body hit deep rest. Supine twist the opposite way. What would deep rest feel like even though you're still awake? Supta Baddha Konasana. You've got your cold eye towel if you're in studio. You can put that on now or wait till Shavasana, up to you. Heavy bones, soft muscles. Shavasana. Nothing left to do, nothing left to fix. You did everything you needed to do. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose. Fill yourself up and up and up. Exhale it out. Let your whole body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your hands and feet. Plant your feet on the floor, rock onto your right side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final ohms. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all coming into the studio, signing in online, and making a strong, powerful practice happen with your center line. Namaste. Good work, everybody. I'm sweating now. I'm going to be sweaty in Philomena class after now. All good stuff. So if you haven't grabbed your bingo card yet, there are some up on top of the cubbies. If you have questions about October bingo, let me know, or any of our things we have coming up. Lots of things in the future here. It's like we're back to normal or something. Have an awesome rest of your night, guys.